Barbie, bring us back to, let's say, when you were 8 years old.
Wow.
Or maybe younger or older, but like bring us with you and give us like a memory that you had about that time that made you into the person that you are today.
That's a really good question. I always remember myself as a young, very joyful, very, I was playing, dressed up all the time with my mom's clothes. Even when they would drop me off at my aunt's house, they will always dress me up. And we used to play as I was Miss Venezuelan, and they would do my makeup and my hair. They also had me into modeling when I was a kid. So I feel like I was always surrounded somehow into the beauty industry in a way. So when I was 17, I was approached by one of my mom's friends. She had an eyebrow salon, and she asked
just
me.
For the understanding, this was all still in Venezuela, right?
Yeah, that was back in my country, Venezuela, right. So she asked me if I wanted to be part of her team, doing eyebrows and makeup. And something told me to, just do that. Because to be honest, in my country, it was not, well seen to, work in a beauty salon. That was more like, it's not professional. You know what I mean? You have to be a lawyer. You have to be that. You have to, work in that corporate world, wear a suit, wear high heels every day.
And what made that you made the decision to go that direction?
I'm a rebel. Because at that time, I also had an offer to work in a bank. But I was like, you know what can I lose? Like, if I don't like it, if it doesn't work out, I just go to the bank. But I knew I had it in me. I knew I wanted to help others, and I wanted to make others feel confident. And until this day, that's one of the things that drive me to continue being about artists.
And then there was this moment that you had to make the decision to leave your country. With what you built over there, you came into the US. Can you bring us into the journey of that? And especially, like, how did you feel when you were arriving in the United States?
So my family moved first to the US with my little sister and my older brother. I decided, because it was my decision, to stay in Venezuela, because at that moment I already graduated from high school, so I knew that if I moved to the US, my parents wouldn't have the means to pay for a college. So I was like, okay, this is not like the best life, because I did starve myself. I had to be an adult at 17. So, but although I was learning a lot from, about myself, and I grew a lot, I also realized that my family meant everything to me, and that gets me really emotional, because being away from the people that you love, it's really hard.
Yeah.
So
how long have you been away?
I was away for 3 years, and when I moved with them, I was like, listen, it doesn't matter if I don't do eyebrows for a living. What matters to me is that I'm with them.
Yeah.
So when I moved to the US, I remember not driving a car or anything, because I didn't have a car in Venezuela. So I'm like, okay, I have to drive around in a bike. One job and the other, and I had 2 jobs, and I remember being in high heels on my bike, because that's how I was supposed to be dressed for that job. And I got a job in a salon as a receptionist, and eventually I was able to save money to pay for beauty school and get my license. This is what I wanted to be. Like, I can become a professional, because now I have all these tools, now I have all this extra knowledge. Now I can use it in my favor, and just become the brow artist that I want to become.
I mean, you emailed us. I always
Yes.
remember the email that you send us, and for me, it's like, we're from the Netherlands, a very small country, entering the United States, and I got this message from you, like a browaholics from Miami, like, oh, I would love to be your ambassador. And I was like, oh my God, somebody from the United States is like sending me an email. So it's very
Imagine.
mutual.
So yeah, that's something that we are going to value forever, because we both have seen our growth and our evolution. So and look at us now, we're sitting here filming.
Purple.
I know, in purple.
Okay, but what I'm like very interested in, like, how do you feel when you are an immigrant? Because one part, like, is telling, the United States is the country of opportunity, but also it has a very glass roof, like, you know what I
Right.
mean? So
Right.
how did you feel?
So I feel like after moving to the US, I started to study that behavior of the American and the immigrant.
Yeah, because you were like sitting on your bicycle on high heels
Right.
without money.
With no documents, because at that moment I didn't have my documents to be a resident or anything like
Yeah.
that. So it definitely, you appreciate stuff way more, and I feel like you work harder because you do have a purpose.
Yeah.
It's like in your head, you either make it or you have to go back. And you know, you said it yourself, the situation in my country, it's not good. So for me to go back, it's like I don't want to go back. So I need to work
Yeah.
3 times harder than the average American to, like, you know, not to come back to that reality. In the US, the more you work, the faster you make it, but you have no life. So that's something that I really don't enjoy from the US, but it's something that I appreciate because it has made me the businesswoman that I am today.